Good evening. Welcome for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight with I, Wadulo Arnold, Mark, and Dorothy Namoyomba. It's going to be an hours-long bulletin, so do sit tight as we give you these updates. And starting off our first story, leaders from Ankole and Kigezi sub-region have unanimously turned down a request from the ginger-based iron ore company, Abyssinia Group of Industries, for nearly 10 square miles of land. The company had sold this land to establish a processing factory and plant trees for coal production, as these details share with us.
President Kakuuto has concluded a countryside tour by holding an integrated leaders meeting in Ntungamo district. Held at Chamate Senior Secondary School, the conference has been graced by leaders from Ankole and Kigezi sub-region.
Once he invites us, then we discuss very many issues concerning this country.
The meeting, which marks the last day of the presidential wealth creation visit to Ankole sub-region, kicked off with no written agenda, only to be surprised by the president. And this was the idea behind this meeting, which was summoned by the president.
Mr. Abyssinia, you come, these people understand English, tell them what you want, what you told me.
We had a fruitful discussion about manufacturing pig iron from charcoal. What we would do is manufacture industrial charcoal in a disciplined, organized way.
The Abyssinia Group of Companies has a few days ago sold an idea to the president of Uganda, which required close to 15 square miles of land in Kigezi and Ankole for coal tree growing.
How much land?
We need approximately 10,000 acres.
10,000 is how many? That's about 15 square miles.
Yes.
However, this was partly rejected by the leaders.
And what they do is they have a nucleus farm, and the rest of the wood is obtained from the rest of the outgrowers.
As Patel reduced his plea from 15 square miles to 300 acres, local leaders offered him another option.
Are you able to grow the trees you want on bare hills? Because you see there are a lot of bare hills here.
Yes,
can
it's possible.
Because the land in the lowlands is already occupied by people.
Your Excellency, we can.
You can?
We can.
Very good. So with the outgrowers, the land is there because the bare hills are there. They will grow and you buy the wood from them and you use it.
Yes.
You can have your own, we can give you a nucleus, then the others will grow for you.
Sure.
The heated debate attracted the attention of the First Lady, Jane Kataha Museveni, who also sided with the communities.
Nyonga with a rumor that this company particularly wanted to come to Ntungamo. And I know that all Ntungamo hills are there. You know very well that when I was here in Ruhama, we were trying to plant trees on the hills of Ruhama. But we did not do a very good job because we did a very small percentage of the hills of Ruhama, not talking about Ntungamo in general. So we have more than that amount of land they are looking for on the hilltops. If they are willing to work to plant trees on the hilltops or work with communities to plant the trees on the hilltops in Ntungamo, I believe that Ntungamo people would take up this challenge and do a good job.
It was then handed to the First Lady, Ministers Chris Baryomosi, David Bahati, and Francis Mwebesa to sort out the matter within 2 months.
The investor I'm very happy to know that he's comfortable with buying the raw materials so that he doesn't have to undertake the burden of planting or he does only a small part. So therefore, let Dr. Barimusi, working with the Mwemesa industry, Bahati, and Mama, because of Untungamu, and others who may be needed, follow up with the investor so that we concretize.
Yes, you see, the important part is to ensure that we are able to produce the steel by reducing the cost of transporting. By ensuring that we are very close by to the deposits, ensures we are able to reduce the cost of conversion.
People have been very happy that they can actually plant. We can use the bare hills that we have in Chigezi to plant tree. So it has been a good meeting, and you saw the overwhelming support of the leaders who are gathered here on this idea.
The initial proposal was that we provide 10,000 hectares, the investor, for him to plant the trees. And the reason why the president called leaders from Ankole and Chigezi is to get their views. And the views which we have now raised have generated consensus that there are many trees which have been planted which can actually start off the factory.
By the end of May this year, the president will be expecting a report carrying the way forward on his table. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Well, thank you very much, Robert Onyango. In more news, the Minister of State for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Kakuuto Togabie, has urged higher institutions of learning to prioritize human capital development. He made these remarks during the 7th graduation ceremony of Metropolitan International University in Kisoro District.
Metropolitan International University has held its 7th graduation ceremony under the theme Exploring Global Trends, Igniting Innovation Through Artificial Intelligence.
Ensuring that education translates into meaningful employment and self-sufficiency. I think this is in line with the theme of your graduation, which is exploring global trends, igniting innovation through artificial intelligence in the 21st century.
The Minister of State for Kampala Metropolitan, Kakuuto Togabie, highlighted President Museveni's focus on agricultural development and urged Kisoro residents to embrace value addition to eradicate poverty.
You are all aware, and you've been hearing His Excellency the President focuses on agricultural promotion initiatives that include the 4-acre model. It is important to note that government is focusing on agricultural improvement like agro-processing, value addition, and promotion of irrigation to avoid dependence on natural weather.
Over 2,900 students graduated with degrees, diplomas, and certificates across various disciplines.
Master of Business Administration of Metropolitan International University.
Metropolitan International University Vice-Chancellor Dr. Julius Arinaitwe encouraged graduates to use innovation to solve societal problems.
And ensure that artificial intelligence helps you rather than hindering you. It has been researched that the robots they are making using this technology has started making life. Therefore, I call upon you to be resilient and act on your character to promote integrity that is lacking with these machines.
University Secretary to the Board, Dr. Gracious Ario, emphasized the importance of innovation, particularly in agriculture.
Always use innovation to improve lives, build solutions that address Uganda pressing needs, namely transforming farming with smart technologies, promoting e-learning in undeserved regions, or streamline business with digital tools.
During the event, the university launched a PhD program focused on research and innovation to address community challenges.
That is a PhD in education management. And as you are aware, the PhD program aims at equipping the learners or the scholars in the research areas to see how they can make a contribution to the body of knowledge. And we have no doubt that we shall pass through the legal processes through the regulator.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
And in more news, residents of Nangoma sub-county in Kakuuto, Kyotera district, continue to face significant transportation challenges. The remote area is accessible only by boat across Lake Victoria and River Kagera, all through difficult road networks via Tanzania, affecting healthcare, education and economic opportunities. We have a detailed report on this.
Frustrated with their current leaders, residents pledged their support to NRM candidate Kaka Ismail Rubega Uthman, whom they believe will advocate for their needs. The concerns were voiced during the launch of the Kaka Esther Cup tournament, an initiative by Kaka Ismail Rubega Uthman to promote youth talent.
Have the problem of the road from the border up to Kasensero. We are requesting the government of Uganda, led by our Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to help and construct the road so that we may be connected to our friends on the mainland.
Kaka Ismail Rubega Uthman, area resident, explained that he has the potential to develop Nangoma. He aims to secure a mandate from the people to work closely with the government to bring development and improve the transport network in the area.
You know that Kakuuto constituency got a chance to arrange the Tarehe Sita. We had our beloved president in Kakuuto constituency, which took place at Kasasa. Unfortunately, all the people of Kakuuto were very disappointed because they did not see their member of parliament whom they voted so that he can present the problems, the challenges they are facing as the residents of Kakuuto. Now, me as Kaka Ismail, I promise you, with the help from God and the help from my party, if God decide and I become the flag bearer for NRM in Kakuuto County or Kakuuto constituency, I will fight tooth and nail to approach my chairman, President Museveni, to approach all the ministers, because most of them, they are NRM members. So I'm assuring you, all the people of Kakuuto, that let's stand firm. In Kiswahili we say, able to simame imara.
He also announced plans to establish Semak FC, a constituency team to nurture young football talent.
Objectives for this tournament, we want to search for great talents which we can get from our children, from our brothers, from our sisters in Kakuuto constituency, so that we can connect them to the international market of sports. 100% confident that if through this tournament I can search and connect the great talents from Kakuuto to the national level and international level.
Winners of the tournament received prizes including a bull, goats, motorcycles, trophies, and team uniforms. Residents viewed the event as a catalyst for political change and a better future for Nangoma.
Number 7,
Jamil Sekaja compiled this report for UBC News.
And furthermore, the Director Public Health at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Daniel Chabanyize, says that Busabala is one of those districts of Wakiso. Busabala of Wakiso district is still grappling with the highest bilharzia cases. This was during the commemoration of the World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day in Busabala, aimed at raising awareness about the neglected tropical diseases, to mobilize resources and also share the plight of those suffering. Let's take a look.
It's showing us kind of different vectors in the country.
As Uganda joins the rest of the world to commemorate the World Neglected Tropical Disease Day, a call for action has been made regarding the eliminating and eradicating of the disease globally. The Director of Public Health at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Daniel Chabanyize, explained that government has achieved a lot in the fight against neglected tropical diseases in the country.
There is no case of guinea worm which has been reported in this country since 2003. And in 2009, Uganda was declared guinea worm free. So we are already certified. Number 2, sleeping sickness. Uganda has achieved elimination of sleeping sickness due to this chronic disease, due to Gambier's type, as a public health problem. So we are now only doing post-elimination surveillance in the country. Number 3, elephantiasis, which is transmitted by mosquitoes, as you had that Ingo girl tell us. Of all the 70 endemic districts in Uganda, we have stopped the mass treatment. Now what we are left with is surgeries for hydrocele and lymphedema management in those districts. Number 4, river blindness, onchocerciasis. We have different foci of transmission area. Of the 17 areas in 48 districts and 1 city, 15 and in 36 district surveillance districts have eliminated transmission, and now we are beginning post-elimination surveillance. Thank you very much.
The National Coordinator, Neglected Tropical Diseases at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Alfred Mubangizi, noted that Wakiso district is one of the bilharzia endemic areas.
Actually, bilharzia is a problem here. That's why we have come celebrate with you, so that you understand the danger that you are facing. The Ministry of Health has been conducting mass drug administration in the most hit areas in Wakiso district. WHO has confirmed this. We have worked with the WHO and the VHDs to fight this bilharzia in Wakiso district.
Schistosomiasis or bilharzia is still a very big problem. Working hand in hand with the Ministry of Health and the development partners, as marking the Sabagabo and as a district at large, we've been able to score some gains. And to that end, we've been able to recruit quite a number of individuals, human resource. We've recruited the vector control officers, we've recruited the entomology officers in a bid to fight NTDs.
Supporters and implementing partners in the fight against neglected tropical diseases want government to prioritize funding and also identify the gaps for easy implementing of the programs.
The funds did not come. So we are asking that can we give another trial to get more funds, given that now the funding stream is reducing, because for us as partners, we want to see victory by 2030 that most of these neglected tropical diseases are eliminated in the country.
Bilharzia, also known as schistosomiasis, remains a public threat in the country as over 96 districts remain endemic. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
The State Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industries and Fisheries, Fred Bueno Chakulaga, has urged the National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, to expand seed coverage, ensuring farmers access improved seed varieties for higher productivity. More details in the report.
The minister encouraged Naro to focus on developing disease-resistant varieties, particularly for key crops like coffee. He praised the recent innovations that have revitalized Uganda's coffee industry, a major contributor to GDP.
The entire coffee supply chain in the world is now worth about 27 billion US dollars. And out of the 3.2 billion US dollars, last year, Uganda bagged $1.55 billion.
Includes Nairobi 2, Nairobi 16.
Speaking at an awards ceremony honoring over 70 plant breeders for their contributions to agricultural research,
especially plant varieties,
Chakulaga emphasized the need to build on existing achievements. He noted that while improved seed coverage stands at 70%, the national average remains between 30 to 40%, underscoring the urgency to bridge this gap.
So it means that many farmers are not using improved seed. We need to up our game so that more and more farmers use improved seed. In the era of climate change, where seasons are almost unpredictable, where the rains come and stop faster than we imagine, the drought take longer than we thought, all these good varieties that you're developing are needed now more than ever.
The Director General Naro, Dr. Yona Baguma, highlighted the organization's role in food security, economic growth, and environmental sustainability.
And with this, we have realized that it is important to have a mechanism to incentivize the scientists so that they keep focused on generating new technology after technology. We want to thank the Naro Governing Council that made this possible for us to have an institutional intellectual property management policy and guidelines that help us to manage these technologies.
Among the awardees was Dr. Geoffrey Asia, recognized for his contribution to seed breeding and commercialization. He called for collaborative efforts to ensure farmers receive quality seeds.
In Uganda, actually, the total seed requirement is about 150,000 metric tons for grain crops. But what companies are producing and marketing altogether is under 50,000 metric tons, a little under 50,000. So you can see there's still a big gap, and it requires us to work together as value chain actors.
The minister warned against counterfeit seed suppliers, urging vigilance to protect the sector's integrity. Mary Namkosi, Sula Kagugube, UBC News.
The State Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, Balam Barugahari, has assured artists that the copyright law will be implemented this month after being long overdue. The copyright bill was originally drafted in 1984, revisited in 1990, and revised again in 2006. It was then presented to Parliament for approval, but sent back for further amendment. More details in the report.
The State Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, Balam Barugahari, has assured artists that the copyright law will be implemented this month after being long overdue. This announcement was made during the closing of the Uganda Parliamentary Forum for Creative Industries seminar held in Kampala.
Highlighted in the policy and the recommendation will ensure formalization of art and culture sector and further strengthening of the system that include, among others, the cultural management system, the Uganda National Culture Center digital platform, the cultural knowledge management for transformation of Uganda into knowledge-based economy. The minister has developed a concept note titled Culture and Creative Industry Infrastructure Development Project, which has been approved by the Development Committee of the Ministry of Finance.
The chairperson of the forum and member of parliament for Bugweri district, Rachel Magola, mentioned that the review of the draft cultural policy is nearing completion. A consultancy is currently underway, allowing various stakeholders to contribute ideas on how the law could address social challenges.
Frameworks that support artists, creators, and cultural enterprises. We pray that we can re-establish the Ministry of Culture and Creative Industries to centralize cultural and creative industries mandates that are currently scattered across multiple MDAs. This will ensure more effective coordination, policy implementation, and resource mobilization.
The director of Ndele Karicho Center, Stephen Ranjezi, emphasized that if the government plans to make changes to the cultural policy, it should be incorporated into school curricula. This would ensure that the youth understand the true values of culture and incorporate them into their daily lives.
So for me, the only way the policy will be useful is if we identify those things that make us different, if we make those part of what our children are learning, and finally, the government to put a superstructure, the mechanism under which we shall work, that whoever is doing something that protects our identity is supported.
The executive director of Afrigo Band and pioneer campaigner of the copyright law, Bill James Wasula, celebrated the milestone of the law's impending implementation. He expressed gratitude that artists would now benefit from their innovations.
Very happy, I'm very excited. The minister has told us it will be enacted latest March. That's great news, music to my ears. This is the only way we can remunerate creators and authors and all those people who fall into the brackets of copyright. But of course, it's not an end in itself.
Kawanguzi Paul, Chirembeka Richard, UBC.
The Fisheries Protection Unit has arrested 12 fishermen for engaging in illegal fishing activities in the Kisima Island and Wabitoke areas of Jinja. Following the arrests, their boats were dismantled and the illegal fishing nets were banned. Now, these arrests come in as government is intensifying efforts to enforce fishing regulations and restore order in the lake. This follows the ongoing national consultations on new policies aimed at ensuring sustainable fishing practices.
Jinja and Mayuge Sector Commander Stephen Taremwa confirmed the arrest of 12 fishermen found with undersized fish, substandard boats, and illegal monofilament nets, all of which were confiscated and destroyed.
So our aim is to fight illegal fishing, illegal gears that enters our country through porous borders.
Jinja Northern Division Deputy Resident District Commissioner Martin Kasonzi appealed for leniency but urged the fishermen to abandon illegal fishing methods and comply with regulations by using standard boats and approved fishing gear.
In the operation, the team was able to confiscate 65 small boats that are unlawful. They also confiscated many bird nets, the monofilament, that are worth 100 million shillings. In this operation, they also were able to arrest about 10 people and the rest took off. And when we came here to address the community and integrate the community with the program, there were issues that came up that the population brought. One of them was the channels through which these nets enter the country.
The arrests come at a time when the government is holding nationwide consultations on new fishing regulations, with the latest discussions taking place at the Aquaculture Research and Development Center in Kajansi.
Like we do in vehicles, in motorcycles, why don't we transfer this burden to the boat owner? When he pays for the license, he should also pay for a number plate, such that a license comes out with a number plate. This will help us to cut down the illegalities. I'm not seeing that you are going to meet also those people for Lake Wamala. Why are we leaving them out?
So I don't know what informed the 500. I know it is sustainability, but even when we are doing sustainability, let us look at what is possible and easy to enforce. Thank you very much.
The Minister of State for Fisheries, Helena Adoa, says new regulations aim to restore harmony in the lake and improve the quality of fish exports.
So when we handle with the consultation of the consumers, it makes it more clean environment and also makes quality assurance to those who export and import.
She also noted that the government plans to increase fundings for ARDC Kajansi to enhance its research and production capacity. As part of the National Fisheries Resources Research Institute, Kajansi serves as the country's leading center for fish research, information, technology, providing scientific advice to the government. Kata Sam, Kawanguzi Paul, UBC.
Students in the health profession have been urged to prioritize obtaining licenses immediately after graduation as a crucial step to formalizing their careers and securing better employment opportunities. This call was made by the Ministry of Health's Public Relations Officer, Emmanuel Ainebiona, during the graduation ceremony of Chemequip Medical Schools. Let's take a look.
Many Ugandan graduates face challenges in joining professional bodies due to various factors, which ultimately impact their career growth and opportunities. The Ministry of Health emphasizes the importance of registration with professional bodies to ensure they are not sidelined in the industry.
To appeal to them to ensure that they get registered with the Allied Health Professionals Council to enable them acquire licenses that allow them to practice in the various health facilities where they will be working from, or even as a practicing license. A practicing license is a requirement at interview or if someone is going to be given a job, and let them not start working without licenses.
The principal of Chemequip Medical Schools, Jarima Bahati, encouraged graduates to embrace their profession wholeheartedly, highlighting that healthcare is a noble service to the community.
They got to face the challenge outside there. They should be in position to be able, as they know what they're supposed to do. And to those who are especially qualified with medical lab technology, they have got higher chances of doing variety of the work, because they can not only work in the medical field, but they can also work in the food processing industries, they can work in the veterinary medical labs, and very many others. So we advise them not to just get outside there and sit down. And we believe that with the knowledge they've acquired from here, they'll be positioned to meet and succeed in whatever challenge they face outside there.
The school's director and aspiring member of parliament, Mayanja Moses, urged graduates to serve their home communities first as a way to contribute to local development.
Education to be cardinal to personal development, but also to community development. So my students who have finished today, they have got skills. And with the skills, you can practice. I know it is very hard these days to use a lot of energy to look for wealth. But with skills, you can really get wealth without putting much effort. Now that my students are here today, leaving this school, I'm sure wherever they go, they will be benefiting from what they have learned here.
Joseph Agondwa from the Allied Health Professionals emphasized commitment to work as the most important principle in the health sector. He urged graduates to always prioritize their professional duties.
Dear graduates, the public expects a lot from you as health workers. Commit yourself to serve them, regardless of whoever you are going to meet, regardless of their status. Desist from temptations of act of corruption.
Mike Bakablindi, reporting for UBC.
Makerere University, or rather a section of Makerere University students, have endorsed John Baptist Rukundo, a candidate affiliated with the National Resistance Movement, for the position of Guild President 2025-2026 elections. Rukundo's campaign team has pledged to work tirelessly to secure his victory. Let's take a look at this story.
So the intellectuals of Makerere University, given them this chance, and your issues will be worked on.
Makerere University students have thrown their weight behind John Baptist Rukundo, the NRM-backed candidate for the 2025-2026 Guild President. Rukundo, who is expected to compete against candidates from other political parties and independent contenders, has vowed to prioritize student welfare, enhance academic facilities, and improve the overall learning experience at Makerere University.
I have a 4-point agenda program that seeks to improve students' welfare, a transparent and accountable Students' Guild, opportunity enhancement to the students, and we want and is also seeking enhancement and amendment.
The General Secretary, NRM Makerere Chapter, Ahereza Natasha, expressed excitement over the endorsement.
He knows whatever that are the cries for the students. Therefore, I believe it's also a right time for our people from the government-aided side to shine, because they are going to get someone who is going to represent the problem they feel.
Ahereza says students believe Rukundo possesses the vision, leadership skills, and dedication needed to tackle the challenges facing the university community.
NRM as the chapter, we are very ready. We have been seeing NUP winning in Makerere University for over past 3 years. And right now, I want to assure you that NRM is very ready and we are going to win.
Rukundo's campaign team welcomed the endorsement, describing it as a proof to his popularity and the trust students have in his leadership.
We have a very strong army of our candidates, which is referred to as a JB. It is going to come wherever you are. It is going to attack you in your classes. It is going to attack you in the halls of residences. It will attack you in your hostels. So keep waiting. The Guild President is coming.
The highly anticipated Guild President elections are set for March 12, 2025. Kenneth Tanaba, UBC News.
Now, in relation to that, students of Makerere University decry leadership suppression from the university's administration. These sentiments arise in the wake of the 91st Guild elections that restrict candidates and their electorates from aligning with national political parties, among other restrictions. I had a chance to interact with some of the stakeholders.
Makerere University is yet to have its 91st Guild elections, where we are yet to bring in a new league of student leaders. This is the first time that the mighty Hill is having the online elections. In this mode of elections, the campaign is strictly virtual, and so is the voting.
Makerere University goes to the polls on 12th March 2025 amidst views of leadership suppression in practicing out their full potential.
It is nearly a fortnight to the Guild election day here at Makerere University, but the atmosphere is not as hot as it used to be almost 5 years ago.
It is almost 3 years since a student of Uganda Christian University was stabbed and killed in a scuffle at the peak of the 88th Guild election campaigns at Makerere, forcing the University Guild Council to implement countermeasures in addressing violent elections.
We are facing one of the worst times where you realize that the space has been curtailed. Of course, on the other end, one would, or as one who has served as a leader, would tend to appreciate why these people sometimes choose these measures that they do take, which measures to me, I think, are very extreme.
According to the University Guild Constitution 2022 and the Guild Statute 2022, Amendments include the ban of political party affiliations, voting made fully digital, and the first-year students were also barred from running for office, among other measures.
The campaign should be virtual. We should not expect any physical campaigns, putting banners, defacing. It is not allowed to deface any university premises. It is not allowed to litter the campaigning materials on the surfaces of the university. It is not allowed to buy or to bribe any voter to vote for you. Neither is it allowed to intimidate any voter.
Students say that this new normal is repressive, despite complying.
Well, the system says you should not have or align yourself with a political party, but this in the background it's there. Much as it's not a political party, but maybe a movement or something like that. The NRM people are still associating themselves with NRM, the NUP still associating themselves, but using some other avenues that the EC cannot easily trace.
People are not expressing their candidature in a way of like publicity. People are right now shadowized that they are doing online campaigns and online voting because, I mean, we are no longer knowing if we are getting the right candidates or not right candidates, because way back when I came at Makerere, we were still in physical campaigns. We used to look at the candidate mobilizing campaign and you would choose with your eyes and be like, this is my candidate.
The 91st Guild Electoral Commission is, however, determined to facilitate a successful election process that will climax with voting and swearing in of the successful candidates in March 2025. At least 560 students applied for different leadership posts, of which 14 are campaigning for Guild presidency. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News in Kampala.
And furthermore, members of the public have been urged to embrace environmental conservation as a response to climate change in Uganda. The country director of the Youth Advocacy Development Network, Maureen Twikirize, has spoken during an environmental sustainability conference in Kampala, reiterating these sentiments.
Presents as a prayer, mostly to those of us who sign on a number of documents.
The country director of the Youth Advocacy Development Network, Maureen Twikirize, has emphasized the importance of youth and women engaging in environmental conservation efforts, particularly through tree planting initiatives. She also encouraged them to invest in skilling and value addition to enhance sustainability in their communities.
More of a closing event for the People Project, as you can see. So in this, we gathered all the participants, the project beneficiaries from different groups, from Amdat, from Napak, from Kamuli, and the rest of the districts, to discuss how this project has impacted them. What was their takeaways? What has it added on to their resilience towards in regards to climate change? What has it benefited them in terms of their livelihoods? And because we have impacted skills in climate smart agriculture.
A representative from Nebi District, Abaro Josephine, expressed her appreciation to YADNET's efforts in equipping women with skills. She also urged community members to take advantage of government initiatives aimed at achieving sustainable development.
The action plan. Then too, I will continue mobilizing and supporting the existing group by integrating this into their activities and then sensitizing them to take on board the issues of tree planting and then utilizing the same money that they are getting to support them for their livelihood.
Brian Ankunda underscored the urgency of climate conservation and commended Africa Women Funds for supporting efforts to reach vulnerable communities.
We appreciate the people of the 5 districts for their cooperation, for moving together with us in this journey. We also appreciate the Africa Women Development Fund for creating funds, for enabling us reach out to all those people in the 5 districts, and we look forward to more and more opportunities of reaching out, most especially women and girls, to help them, to empower them, create resilience amongst themselves, and also to reduce on the likelihood of climate-induced mobility.
To
tree planting. Like now, tree planting, there were some trees which they gave some groups in a park. Like casnut tree, that's a tree you can plant. When it grows, it will bring seeds, and you will use those seeds for soap and oil, which you can even smear.
Makerere University Business School MOOBS, in collaboration with its partners, has launched the 3rd Business Languages Festival, scheduled to take place on March 14th, 2024 in Kampala. This annual event, themed Global Ambassadors with Local Roots, promoting language diversity, aims to integrate international and local languages in Uganda to foster socio-economic transformation.
But we also have other partners like the Uganda Mind Games Association, where there is the Uganda Mweso Association, as you see them there. Of course, we have Embassy of France that always supports this festival. And we are working with a number of other partners, just for time's sake. I've just mentioned those few. Now, the reason why we are here for this press conference is just to inform the public that, hey, the third Business Language Festival is here. And we are going to have it on Friday, March 14th this year at the MOOBS main campus, just in that parking lot of the Bursars building. And we invite everyone to be.
It's important that every student knows another language other than English. When you travel, you cannot speak some languages. It's important that you get to know to be able to communicate. So the business school would wish to have students relevant within the university and outside the university. And they will be relevant if they have other skills other than what we teach them in class. So languages is one way of making these students relevant in the workplace, the people they'll be meeting, when they travel abroad, and also to encourage internationalization. We know that most people don't even know other languages. Students are born in Kampala, they speak English, they study in English, and that's the only language they know. So they don't have a cultural background. Forgetting their roots is not good. So it's important that we have different cultures.
I'm trying to emphasize the new phenomenon of multilingualism. Multilingualism is where one is able to speak more than 3 languages. Why do I start with 3 languages? Is that as a local man, already I know Luganda and I know English, which is the official language. But there is a situation where you are supposed to interact with the other East African members. Or you can even raise the situation where you are supposed to go international. How will you communicate with the international, especially international business fraternity, when you don't know their language? We need to study Chinese, because China now, the Asians, that's where we get most of our spare parts, our electronics, our appliances. So how do you know what you are going to buy when you don't know the Chinese?
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Nkowe High School. Now wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN Momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, owulira otya mutima kati.
Banange sanyu byenye nali amochi wagonya njaga nyangu amali walonze erinyo.
Esisi?
Njani awangula school fees.
Eza Momo.
Eza Momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okumala mwaka mulamba ndi musanyu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yaza ne yaze.
Wanji?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Nkubiriza muzadde munange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. enter the student number and amount, and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. Its effects are being felt across Uganda. Deforestation, erratic weather patterns, and prolonged droughts are putting livelihoods at risk, making immediate action more crucial than ever. Now tonight, we bring you the inspiring stories of two women in Lira who are leading the fight against climate change through climate-smart agriculture.
Along Lira Leptong Road, Sarah Dongo Street Nursery is more than a business, it is a lifeline. Every day she makes over 500 trips to a nearby stream to water her seedlings. It is tough work, but the rewards are worth it.
Really, in a dry season like this, sometimes we don't have enough water and we don't have customer. Not until the rain season. That is when we get a lot of money, so that I feel myself, I could not run away.
After losing her husband in 2019, Sarah had to find a way to provide for her children.
So now we wish that if really this year government can support us through giving us the supplier, we could do much better.
With just 800,000 shillings, she started a tree nursery that now sustains her family.
Really, people do wondering, as me, as a woman, can do this business. This is the work we are doing like slave. It's not easy.
She grows and sells seedlings for as low as 300 shillings to 20,000 shillings.
When my husband died, my in-laws, they took away my land. So I'm just struggling.
Forest regeneration starts at nursery bed. Efforts by these women is a very good initiative in as far as enhancing the forest cover of the district is concerned.
Sarah's work is crucial in restoring Uganda's forest cover, which has dropped from 24% in 1990 to just 9% today.
We are talking about less than 8% of the country under forest cover. The wetlands in this country has been dramatically drained and degraded and encroached upon. That means that the water which should have been available to service the atmosphere and therefore be able to ameliorate the climate is very limited now. That has an effect on the rising temperatures that you have been talking about.
The country loses over 100,000 acres of forest annually. According to World Meteorological Organization, greenhouse gas concentration has increased by 11.4% in 2 decades. This is worrying.
Time is now. Let's all rise up to the occasion and ensure that we work very hard within activities that will address issues of climate change so that we are climate smarter.
Veronica Juang, a fresh graduate from Chambogo University, is proving that farming is not just for the uneducated.
I feel like from this I get more than what those in offices might be earning.
She requested for half an acre from her grandmother to start a horticulture business.
Now with this smart climate agriculture, it helps. We never used to raise the bed like this. Even mulching wasn't at this level.
Yes. Now the interventions that we will come with here is that we showcase simple techniques that are user-friendly, that are cost-effective, that are environmentally friendly.
Uganda's agricultural sector is highly vulnerable to climate change. Unpredictable rainfall and rising temperatures threaten yields, making climate-smart practices like Veronica's essential for food security.
The district passed a policy of tree planting.
Lira district is taking action. Households must plant at least 10 trees annually, focusing on fruit trees for economic and environmental benefits. The Catholic Church has also mandated tree planting at every funeral, yet challenges remain.
Therefore, that means that even the person who has died is contributing in fighting the impact of climate change while resting in peace.
Carbon credits, a promising climate solution, remain largely unknown in northern Uganda. Only 2 farmers in Lira districts currently benefit from this program.
And many people do not understand it. And therefore, I would also want to urge those institutions up there to ensure that they liaise with the local, they come to the local communities and therefore be able to sensitize people into that arrangement and therefore tap into the carbon fund.
Despite these challenges, Sarah and Veronica proved that solutions exist: 1 tree, 1 crop, 1 act of resilience at a time. Real change begins with individuals. Edi Ulwa, UBC News.
In a move aimed at fostering stronger ties between Uganda and Turkey, the Uganda-Turkey Alumni Association was officially launched in Kampala. The event, which brought together alumni who studied in Turkey, was graced by the Turkish ambassador to Uganda, Mehmet Faith AK. The association aims to promote cultural exchange, education, and economic cooperation between the 2 countries.
The Turkish ambassador to Uganda, Mehmet Faith AK, praised the initiative, stating that it will further strengthen the already strong relations between Turkey and Uganda. He emphasized that the association will provide a platform for alumni to share their experiences, network, and explore opportunities for cooperation between the 2 nations.
Bringing more connections in the fields of education. In conclusion, I would like to say thank you very much for everybody who supported, who gave support for this very beneficial building.
Dr. Hawa Kasule, the president of the Uganda-Turkey Alumni Association (UTA), expressed her excitement about the formation of the association. She highlighted that it will offer a unique opportunity for Ugandans who have studied in Turkey to give back to their communities while promoting cultural exchange, education, and economic cooperation.
And then we also want to teach Turkish language. From here we're going to teach business people. They go to Turkish but they have problems with the language and they cannot transact very well. And then apart from that, we also want to offer translation services, Luganda, English, and Turkish in this place. So we hope it's going to be a hub really of many business activities in future.
I've already started a number of projects, including schools. We have opened up consultation centers. We have opened up charity organizations. All these are all promoting and also adding to the economic development of our country, Uganda.
The event was attended by over 50 alumni from Turkey who shared their experiences and expressed their commitment to contributing to Uganda's development. Robert Katamba for UBC News.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Nkowe High School. Na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, owuliro otya mutima kati.
Banange sanyu byenye lya moti wagonya njaga nyangu amali walonze erinyo.
Esisi?
Njani awangula school fees.
Eza momo.
Eza momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okubalo mwaka mulamba ndi musanyu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yanza ne yanze.
Wanji?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Nkubiriza muzadde munange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
And in our last segment, the sports sector, students from Makerere University, Chambogo University, Kampala International University, Makerere University Business School, Ndeje and Uganda Christian University participated in a friendly sports gala. The event was held in support of Ruth Rujoki Mushabe, an aspiring woman member of parliament for Chirihura district from 2026-2030. The gala took place in the Western Region, primarily in Kazo and Chirihura districts.
An aspiring woman candidate for Chirihura district, Ruth Rujoki Mushabe, has sponsored an inter-university sports gala aimed at developing young talents, foster networking among students, and seek their support in her political aspirations.
I am aspiring candidate for Chirihura district, so I need to start with my own.
Mushabe, who wants to represent the district as a woman representative, took the initiative to bring together students from various universities who hail from Kazo and Chirihura districts to nurture Western Uganda's youth talent while engaging with them politically.
The inter-university sports gala. One, as a mother, I'm very excited to see young people playing sports. There's talent. We have a full ministry of sports. So to see talented young people who are here playing and enjoying themselves and promoting their God-given talent is very exciting for me as a parent.
Students expressed excitement and gratitude for the opportunity to participate and compete in the event, with many pledging their support for Ruth.
The Inspiring Woman MP to her district has really done a great job for bringing us together as students of Chirihura that are staying here in Kampala and beyond. We've met different people, we've networked, we've met the friends we had left in primary schools. We have had the best. And then another thing, she has lifted talents.
It has been on record that we've got a sponsor of our talents. We as the youth, we are so grateful for this day, because we as the youth, we need like this. Many people have talents, but they lack the person that can pull them out. We thank the NRM government for today. Good thing the aspiring woman member of parliament has come on a ticket of NRM. We are so grateful for this. Everything would happen like this. Having sports, having everything, is because of stability, it's because of peace in this country.
Uganda Christian University emerged as the tournament champion, securing the championship trophy, followed by Makerere University Business School in second place. Winnie Ainembaba's Katwire and Kalisha Stephen for UBC.
Yes, and we're far past our time. Allow us to wish you a lovely night. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. Have yourselves a lovely night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
International Women's Day is celebrated annually on 8th March. It is a time to reflect on progress made, to call for change and to celebrate acts of courage and determination play by women. On Saturday, 8th March, Uganda will join the rest of the world to commemorate International Women's Day. The national celebrations will be held in Changwanzi district under the theme Accelerate Action for Gender Equality. The President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, will be the chief guest. Join us for the live broadcast to witness outstanding women receive medals in recognition of their achievements and contributions to the country. Happy Women's Day.
This weekend on UBC.
I call upon all persons here, present witness, that I, Sergo Stephen, do take up you, Becky Akampa, to be my lawful wife.
Stars are shining bright. Feel the bass inside ya, counting like a heart. Rhythm never guides us, dance until the start. In the night, we find our way. Body beats come close, racing. We breathe the spark tonight.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
There is not one universe. There are many. A multiverse. We have the technology to travel between universes. But travel is highly restricted and policed. There is not one you. There are many. Each of us exists in present time in parallel universes. There was balance in the system, but now a force exists who seeks to destroy the balance so that he can become the one.
outlined the White House plan.
Dead, Lawless! You're dead! Hey, payback a bitch! Die, Lawless, you piece of shit! Die like all my boys you took out!
I know they're gonna kill you upstate, but ain't no one getting you on my watch. So don't sweat it, Lawless.
You want that thumb?
Let's move him out of here.